Hello there, lovely ladies. It's great to see you all on this Tuesday at 2 o'clock. So, the tip for today is going to focus on how to deal with worry or anxiety. So, as we go through divorce and even rebuilding afterward, there are so many things that we can choose to worry about. I know so many of us worry about our kids' well being. We worry about finances. How are we going to make enough money to support ourselves and our kids? We might worry about the custody schedule. We might worry about how our ex treats our kids, um, just how they handle being over there. And we might worry just about all the practical things that have to change or that do change as a result of the divorce. So your living arrangements might have changed. Um, when your living arrangements change, other things sometimes need to change as well. Just it's all the little things, right? Some of them are big things, but my point is there's so many things that we can choose to worry about as we navigate divorce. And so I want to offer you today, I think, a super helpful question. When you start to feel worried about something, I want you to ask yourself this one simple question: what can I do about this? Now, this question is really valuable because, first of all, when you ask yourself, what can I do about this? If there's nothing you can do about it, then that is your cue to stop worrying about it, to just tell yourself there's nothing you can do about this, and it does no good at all for you to worry about it. And so sometimes that's the case. We just need to recognize that whatever we're worrying about is totally outside of our control, and that the best thing we can do is to stop worrying about it. Now, if you can do something about it, when you ask yourself, what can I do about this? Then that also, the reason this question is a great question is because it gets your brain thinking, brainstorming, coming up with ideas. What can I do about this situation? Now, for example, what if you are worrying about what people think of you because you chose to get a divorce? Or because of the situation surrounding the divorce. Maybe you made some mistakes. Maybe you had an affair. Maybe you treated your ex bad in some other way, or whatever. Maybe you've made some decisions you're not proud of, and you really worry about what other people think. So, what can you do about that? Honestly, the answer is not much at all. Now, we all try our best. We try to do what we can to make people think certain things about us, right? But ultimately, what people think about us is out of our control. And people are going to think what they want to think, period. And so worrying about what other people think is not helpful. There's not much you can do about it at all. It's a lot of wasted time and energy and emotional energy just worrying about that. So that's an example of a time where you can't really do much about it at all. Honestly, you can't do anything about it. We like to think we can, but the truth is we really can't. And then there's another example of, say, your kids' well-being, because I know we all care so much about our kids and their well-being. So if you're really worried about your child's well-being, how they're going to process the divorce, how they're going to feel and how they're going to act, those are valid questions. And when you ask yourself, what can I do about it? Then you might start thinking about all the actions you can take to do your best to give your kids the best experience that they can possibly have. So you may choose to never talk negatively about your ex in front of your kids because you know that that's best for them. You don't want to put them in the middle. You don't want to make them uncomfortable. You don't want to pit them against the other parent. So that's a decision you make. That's in your control, and you decide to do that. You might also find a therapist for them to work through their feelings and their thoughts and have someone to talk to outside of the situation. Finding your kids a therapist is a great way to support them through this divorce process. So that's something you can control. But you also may think, I never want my kids to feel sad. I don't want my kids to feel angry. That's something you cannot control, okay? You can support your kids, you can love them, you can make choices of how you're gonna act and what you're gonna do for them during the divorce, but you cannot control how they feel. And trying to, control their feelings is detrimental to both of you. So, those are just two quick examples I wanted to share about, what it looks like to ask yourself this question: what can I do about it? So, the next time you find yourself worrying about anything related to your divorce, just ask yourself that simple question. If there's nothing you can do, find a way to stop worrying about it. If there is something you can do, Be creative, brainstorm, figure out what you can do about a situation, and just focus on what's in your control, not what's not in your control. Have a great day.